What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Project Z here on the channel. Now, if you were paying attention to the end of the last video that I posted, you probably might have heard me say something about doing more exhaust work in the next video. Well, that video is now. So, we are going to be installing some more parts for the exhaust, not only to make it sound better, it's going to get a little bit louder, but also it's going to give us the ability to shoot flames, which may not be that big of a deal, but to some people it's pretty cool. Anyway, same person, same company that provided the parts last time, same company that provided them this time. So, special thank you to Z1 Motorsports for sending the parts out for this car. We will be installing their house brand parts on this car today. So, if you are interested in any parts that they have to offer, they not only do performance parts, but they also do aero parts as well. So I will put a link in the description for their website down here somewhere right along this line right here. Anyway, I'll show you what I got. So today we are going to be installing these stainless steel test pipes. Now these are Z1's house brand test pipes. It's all stainless steel, mandrel bent tubing. Everything is TIG welded, as you can see. Everything is TIG welded, nice welds, nice craftsmanship. Everything looks really good. They have the relocation elbow for the O2 sensors. Now this should, in theory, keep us from throwing an engine code for the O2 sensor. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that works. They also have a bracket on there as well to help hold that up to where it doesn't sag and put strain on not only the exhaust manifolds but also the Y pipe as well. So we're going to hopefully get all of these installed. Now I have both sides right here. This one's not unwrapped, but when you do get the kit, it does come with all of the gaskets that you need and all the hardware as well. So it's a not super expensive kit. It's actually really affordable. So we're going to be doing that on this car. And oh yeah, you guys haven't seen this. Z's got new wheels. So I'll be doing a full in-depth video about what the wheels are. But that's not what this is about. We're not talking about the wheels today. We're talking about exhaust work. So first things first, I'm going to get this car up in the air. I'm just going to jack up the front because everything is going to be right underneath the front. All the bolts and everything that we need to do. So I'm going to get the front of the car jacked up, put it up on jack stands, and I'll show you the situation that's underneath because it's bleh. Anyway, be back in just a minute. So, both of the bolts for the manifold are way up there. This is the bolt for that bracket. We have the O2 sensor there, and they actually have a bracket that holds those in place right there as well. Makes it a little bit easier to get to. And then we have the final two bolts that are in the Y pipe itself. The only thing that kind of sucks, which you can probably tell, I got a little bit of an oil leak going on here, but we have all the studs up here for the exhaust manifold to go to the cat. We have to get those loose. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is spray every bit of these down with some PB Blaster, just so it makes it a little bit easier to get to everything. And I also have an O2 sensor socket, so I won't have any issues taking that off. So what I'm going to do, go ahead and spray these down. Once that's done, I'll be able to start breaking bolts loose. While those are soaking, I'm going to go ahead and pull the Maf sensor out as well. I need to go ahead and clean it because it's my car's been doing a little bit of a hesitation whenever I go to accelerate, so I want to go ahead and get that taken care of. Now, this is relatively easy to do. I mean, honestly, as long as you have some tools, you should be good. It's two Phillips head screws that hold it in. You take those out and you'll be able to slide this entirely up Pretty simple. Another thing that I ended up getting, I know in one of the very first videos that I mentioned it, but I ended up getting the battery cover. I found one online, so I now have that, and I put the engine cover back on just because it looked too bare and wasn't really a fan of it. So now I have the entire engine bay back to the way that it was when it was factory. I will be doing something soon. I am planning on getting an intake, but when I do that, it's going to be an intake and intake manifold. So I'll probably be going with like a Kinetics intake manifold as well as a cold air. So I got the right side cat out. This is pretty much it. When you take these out, you're going to have 2 bolts that go forward and 1 bolt that goes back. They do have a Torx bit on the end of them, so you will be able to remove them if you need to. Same thing on this side. And I'll show you underneath real quick. So this is with the right side out. If you haven't done this before, your O2 sensors are right there, and then this big bracket right here actually bolts in here and here, and that's what the cats actually bolt up to. So that bolt that's right there will actually go in the end on each side to hold the cats up, and it's just for reinforcement, just because they do have a lot of weight to them, and they don't want them to, you know, go crashing down or put too much strain on the exhaust manifold. So it's just to keep that from cracking. But the passenger side is out. I need to get the driver's side out, and the driver's side is actually harder to get out because you have the steering rack in the way. So it's going to take a little bit more time to do. It's not impossible, but it's not fun. So in case you've never heard of someone refer to one of the bolts on these as the bitch bolt, let me see if I can shed some light on it. So there is a bolt down in the engine bay for the driver's side exhaust manifold. And if you can see right there, that is the bolt. That is what everyone considers the bitch bolt. So it is right next to the steering shaft, and there's not enough room between the frame of the car to get a wrench in there, and there's really not any other good way to get to it other than pulling the intake the intake and the airbox out and taking some long extensions and breaking it loose that way. That's about the only way. So hopefully it doesn't snap. Just FYI, it took 2 long extensions and a couple of adapters, and I got the bolt out. So I haven't filmed anything in quite a while, but as you can see, the Z1 test pipes are officially installed, and all I have to do is put the bracket in that holds these in place, that bolts up to the transmission. I just need to put that in, and then from there I can go ahead and clean up all the tools and all the extra bolts and get this thing back down on the ground and fire it up. Got the car all back together. Mass airflow sensor is back in, airbox is back in, intake tube's back in. Everything is buttoned up in the bottom, so test pipes are good, O2 sensors are installed. So now just need to let this car down, and we'll do the first startup to see how everything sounds. And I've already I ran it for a couple seconds just to see if I had any leaks, and we're good there. But to do the first official startup and see if we can blow some flames. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. So it didn't shoot flames, but the sound of this car has definitely changed, and I'm really happy with how it sounds. It actually sounds like it has a cam right now, just because it's getting used to having no cats on there. Plus I cleaned the mass airflow sensor on it, so it's got some time to learn. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I was gonna do a little bit more. I was hoping it would shoot some flames. Unfortunately it didn't, but we've got the exhaust is done, the test pipes are done, the wheels are done. You know, this car has come a long way in a short amount of time, and I'm in awe. I love it. It's become one of my favorite cars, and just look at it. I mean, it's beautiful now. It looks like a good looking Z. And also I have a duckbill spoiler that I may or may not be getting for this car, just to finish off the rear end. But I would love to do a full body kit, but you know, that's in the future. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have way more content on this car coming up very, very soon, and I hope you guys are excited for that, because I'm definitely looking forward to it. Anyway, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and subscribe. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.